Alright guys, got the new inverter just on the big test battery for the time being, and we're going to see what happens when we power the induction cooktop with it. So that battery's got a feed from a DC-DC charger and a battery charger there. It's running off the solar, so we will see if we can cook some noodles with it, I suppose. See if it cooks or whether it can cook. It appears that that light must have been getting charged by a pulse. Sorry about the flashing lights, guys. Let's go and see what the induction cooktop does when we try and turn it on. Okay, this is some kind of siren for low voltage then. Safe to assume the power feed cables to that inverter are not big enough. Don't know what it sounds like on camera, but that sounds okay. Dishwasher going in the background too, so. Inductions are good, you can actually have that short pulse and it's actually heating up. Now this one's cheap, and it's 400 watt temperature rating, just controls the pulse time. It's still pulling like up to 2000 watts. Let's go back out and have a look, see what it's doing. Okay. So its fans aren't going. You can pretty clearly see how the voltage drops there when it loads up. I've been looking for my clamp meter everywhere, and I realised that like 2 weeks ago I lent it to my dad. So I can't give you currents out of here at the moment, but this is too much of a temporary setup to do anything accurate with anyway. Basically, let's go and use some power out of it, and I want to see if the cooling fans are temperature controlled. Now, as we know, 12 volt things are somewhat of a weak appliance just by design even. So I'm not expecting crazy great things. That being said, if it's stable enough to run, big battery chargers. I mean, Milwaukee's going to come out with their super rapid chargers soon, and I'll charge a 12 amp in under an hour. I've got like three of them, so there's going to come a time where I'm going to want bulk power on the travel. You can see that's happily heating up pretty quick. I've literally only walked out the back and back in again, so certainly got the grunt to do that. I might just go and check some cables to make sure nothing's getting too hot. Yeah, you can feel a little bit of temperature in the cables. Like I said, it's a bit underdone. I'll get some cables bigger than those ones there. They're to the Victron at the moment. So this is supposed meant to be able to do 2200 watts. Lots of people ask why I say that so sarcastically, because it rarely is actually that good. No cooling fans. Stone cool to the touch. Really nice. Oh, turn the DC to DC back on. So I've used the load out of that, because that's 24 volt, to run power to the DC-DC, which is pretty clever because that's 24 feeding into 12, so the amperage is halved. So it's like 11 amps coming out. We've actually already pulled 5 kilowatt hours because it was at 5 before I connected it. It's just theoretically pushing up to, between those two, pushing up to 40 amps into this battery. The battery is only really acting as a midpoint. No fans yet. Like I said, we can turn the wattage up one more step. We're still at 600 watts. 56 degrees. Yeah, I reckon this inverter might be really good with a decent feed. It's actually quieter on this inverter than it is on my 24 volt one. Low voltage. That held up a lot longer. Here's some big cables. Yeah guys, it'll only be voltage drop that's causing that. It's not actually working all that hard, I don't reckon. This might be a decent inverter. So what I'll do is I've got a buddy to this battery. We'll amp test this again after I've spent nearly a week running the Victron, experimenting with it. It did only have a DC-DC charging it much of that time as well, so we might have removed some capacity because of that. But yeah, this thing seems to work fine. Anyway, cook some dinner. There's plenty of room on them terminal points there for some multiple big terminals, so I might even run 2 of these truck batteries to this inverter and independent cables to the inverter as well, so there's a lot more draw. Remember, this is like a start style battery, it's a truck start battery, so it should be able to really give that punch. And it's still got like 90 amp hours in it. I think I've got 93. I will confirm that after we do the next test on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go cook some dinner and start thinking about how we're going to redesign all of this. I don't know if I want this and that together out here, or the Victron and that like I've mounted. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. But this is all getting tidied up. We're pulling all this out. And that's doing its job now. So that's cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions, fire away, or any ideas, fire away. Yes, this maze needs cleaning up. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.